Hello guys, welcome to my channel. Today I will try some tutorial, a little tutorial just to show the structures of how to draw the body. So I'll try here to pose. Start with the gesture drawing. So basically draw the ball stick. Just show to you how to start a pose. We can change later, but basically this. So the process of drawing, I do in layers. You need to follow the proportion of the body. Just increase a bit this one here. Right. Okay. So that's one pose here, someone flying. So what I do, I basically define here the main structure lines following some proportion. Okay, and then I start the second layer of the drawing, which is basically the trunk of the body, right? Yeah, usually I start defining the trunk first. So you see more or less a body forming here. Define the regions of the hand, so you have one body here. Try to draw a male and a female, right? So this will be the female, and on this side here I'll put a male. So let's see. Always define first the position of the trunk here, so that major lines. So in one side you have a male body, so the difference you see the line of the shoulder and the line of the hips here. So you see the lines of the hips is smaller than the lines of the shoulder. So just increase a bit more here. So you see here the line of the shoulder bigger than the line of the hips. So that's the main difference between the male and female bodies in my sketches. So the line of the shoulder in a female, the woman drawing, is shorter than the hips one. So you can see here the line of the hips and the line of the shoulder. The line of the shoulder, the line of the hips for the male version. So you can see here the two structures of the body, right? And here you need to follow the proportion, as I said. So It's more or less 8 heads, the total height of the body. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 something or 8, because it will be 8 when she stretch the leg. The leg is not stretched. Here is more proportional, but anyway. So you see the major differences here on the structure of the body. The male has a wide trunk here, the region of the chest, right? So you see here the trunk of the man more square, the trunk of the woman is like a letter 8, right? So you have this structure, this shape of a letter 8, let's say, and the man is more squared here. So first point to define the lines following the proportions of 80 heads more or less, right? Then you can mark the regions of the feet, the hands, right? And then you can go to the second level, just adding more layers to the drawing. So we go to the shoulders, you do little circles, something. Once you define the trunk, you define the overall structure of the body. So just increasing a bit here. Okay, yeah, just to check that the length of the arm is more or less in this region here. It's half thigh, right? So you can define the regions of the shoulders and go down to the arm here. Okay, in this area here I usually break in two, something like that. So I break in two areas, so the arm plan is like this. For the leg, I usually go down like this. I try to define the regions of the elbows, the shoulders, and then I put the knees. Those are more or less the articulation points, because if I want to draw this arm here in a different pose, I just do this and do this. Okay, these are the rotation points. So you can draw these in different ways if you want, right? So we can develop any of them. If you define well the articulation points, you can then rotate the member here. The same goes to the leg, right? And the same goes to the shoulder. If I want to rotate this arm here, I apply this rotation point, and then I'll have this, right? So you can see that once you define the rotation points, you can rotate this articulation points, you can rotate this thing, and you can make the position any way you want. So let's choose this arm here and this arm there, okay? So just continuing here, I also break this part in two, so I define the curves that way, right? Okay, so I have the female sketch more or less here. Let's develop a bit the male one. So we go the same steps. We go the shoulder. Right. So in here break into parts as well. Okay, and same to the legs, just so here I break into parts as well. Okay. Alright, this one here, I want to make this leg stepping front, and this one at the back. So what I will do, this go down a bit. So you have this leg is front and this leg is down. It's a sort of foreshortening. So you have this leg facing front and this leg going a step down. So basically I developed the main structure of the two bodies here, and now I go to second layer, which is developing the main contour lines of the bodies. Okay, and you see the first steps of anatomy or structure here. One thing I do first is to define the necks. So you see as well the difference. The neck of the woman is thinner than the neck of the male. Okay. So now we go to the contour lines, major contour lines. So you can come in here and just start feeling the structure. Right. So you start defining the body. One point interesting to define is also the collarbone here. So once you define the shoulders, you can mark the space of the collarbone here, the clavicle, and you have this primary structure defined here. So in here you can have this. So let's choose this one, okay? I choose this arm and this arm on the top. So we just do that. Right, so you have two arms defined in here. You can go this way and define this structure in here. You can also define the height of the breasts here. So it will be this area here, right, for the woman. And we can go to the male one. We have it already, just to show a bit of the structure of the body. So you see the trapezius of the woman, this muscle here that go from the neck to the shoulder. It's more smooth in the woman and is more pronounced in the man. So you have the deltoids as well. This muscle of the shoulder is also more pronounced in the man body. So in here you can see the difference of the structure of the arm, right? So you have the muscles more appearing in the man, this area. Okay, so it's you really see the definition of the muscles in the main body. So you have this structure of the arm. So you have this structure in here. And also good to define the collarbones. So you have the main structures in here. Okay, so we are stopping this area here, right? So returning to the trunk of the male and the female here. So you can also define the height of the chest of the male here, right? So One point to notice here is the line. The line that goes from the arm to define the breasts in the woman, and the line to define the chest here at the man as well. So we go in this one here. You can have this. So you see that. Alright, here you need to be careful to have the space of the ribs. So you need to define that little space here for the ribs, and then you can come down. Okay. On this side here you also give space to the ribs. Okay, and you have here the muscles of the chest. You can bring this from here as well. Yeah, those muscles here, right? And the nipples. The nipples you can define 45 degrees more or less here. Let's go. So it will be more or less here and 45 degrees to here. Around here. So you have the definition of this here. For the woman, the same way. So you have this. Here and here. So you have this location. Okay. Just organize this. Okay. So you have this location here. So you have already the position defined here and here. So we will keep going. The main structure. Need to define this. Of the ribs in here, right? And then I will go down to the muscles of the abdomen. just more or less define this structure in here, and we go to the other side here, just a little. All right, so we go this area now. We go now to define this one. So we work a bit more on the lower part of both parties. So we go from this one here, this leg will be more up front of this other, so we need to define this one first. The knee,